Yes, we used to exchange. You know, I hadn't read the article. Somebody said I taught him. That's wrong. I didn't teach Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee taught me. But he did get some ideas from me by boxing because I was an ex-amateur college boxer, and because he used to talk about classical mess. You know, you on a horse stance, real rigid, and here I come in with moving around on my toes. And then, of course, what influenced him more than anything else is once he got interested in boxing, he studied the Muhammad Ali tapes, and he compared styles. And I think he chose Muhammad Ali's footwork because it fitted his personality. He wanted to be very elusive. And Bruce's footwork, a good example is in The Way of the Dragon. A lot of people didn't catch that, but I figured out, and somebody else came up with the same opinion, was that he was getting the hell beat out of him at the beginning, you know, with Chuck Norris, and because he was flat-footed and fighting classical. And all of a sudden, as he get up off the floor, then the music changed, and then he started bouncing around, you see, and the whole tenor of the fight changed. Now he become unconventional, unclassical, and then, of course, he went on to defeat Chuck Norris, and while Chuck was still fighting classical. I didn't see the fight, but Bruce called me up afterwards and explained to me the whole thing. And that was the birth of Jeet Kune Do. When he said the guy came over, and I don't blame Wong Jack Man. The guy was a victim of circumstances. It was David Chin that started the fight. He was the one, and afterwards Bruce said, you know, I shouldn't have beat up Wong Jack Man. I should have beat the hell out of you. That's what he said to David, and David got scared and took off. But what happened is when they got together, as far as fighting was concerned, Wong Jack Man was trying to fight Bruce classical, and Bruce was trying to use Wing Chun, so he went straight in, boom, 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 boom. And then he found out that Wong Jack Man turned around and ran, and there was no defense or offense for a guy running, you know, and you trying to hit him with his head down, going down like he's running with a football, you know. So then finally Bruce stopped him and got him in the corner, and it was about ready to lower, you know, the right hand on him. Then the guy said, I give up, I give up. So afterwards, Bruce said, now I realize if I'd have learned how to box, I would have done uppercuts and hooks, and I would have nailed him. And that was the birth of Jeet Kune Do. Yeah. Angles, you know, he was fighting, when Wing Chun is only one angle, straight in, you see. So, but with boxing, you know, you're coming from all angles. You're coming from hook, jabs, uppercuts, you know, and stuff like that, you know.
Bruce really changed the face of the martial arts.
He did, because at that time, Japanese says, in the tournament said, if you throw a ridge hand or a hook punch, no good. You got to do everything, boom, see, this way. When Bruce comes in and say, hey, whatever works, I use, including grappling. Now, right now, with the Gracie brothers, you know, touting grappling, now everybody realize how effective that is. I don't care how well you can kick and punch. If a guy put a chokehold on you, that's it, if you can't get out of it. And Bruce had thought about that a long time ago. Oh, I saw his library. On one side was all martial arts. On the other one is self-improvement books. You know, like psycho-cybernetics, how to influence people, and how to close a deal. So Bruce Lee studied salesmanship on how to sell Bruce Lee.
Do you think that Bruce Lee thought in Chinese or he thought in English?
He thought, well, he was loyal to the Chinese culture, but he thought English when it came to, his thoughts westernized if it worked. But I think down deep, he was just an FOB, fresh off the boat. but he's smart enough that he's an innovator. He takes what is good and best in Western culture and put it into who he is. He's an amazing person. Yeah.
So what difference was there between him and the movie personality?
No difference. Only in personality, he's more cocky in person. And he acts cocky on the screen too, right? He has a lot of charisma. I can sit here right now. If he was here right now, everybody would have their eyes here, because if they didn't, he would get up and do a couple of kicks. He would do all kinds of stuff with the martial arts, and you have to look and say, what in the hell is that guy doing over there? Because I went to eat with him in Chinatown in L.A., and he was dancing and bouncing down the street, shadowboxing. People were stopping their cars to look and see what the hell was going on.
What was the last time you ever met Bruce?
Last time I met Bruce was right before he went to Hong Kong, and he had signed his contract with Raymond Chow to do that first picture. And he said the budget was about $40,000, which is cheaper than I'm shooting it. I mean, more than I'm shooting some of mine. But anyway, I got the last letter from him. I think it's I believe about 70 or 71, I believe, 72 or something like that. Yeah, about 71, 72, because I have the letter. I don't remember the exact date, but it's in the 70s. And he told me, he said, when it rains, it pours.